Hello, let's look at the weather across Europe now, and temperatures are going to be on the rise for many of us over the next week or so. It's been a rather unsettled spell of weather. You can see all of this cloud here on the satellite image. We've had some heavy downpours pushing across the UK, France and heading eastwards. Austria seeing some of the heavy showers lingering and also stretching up through Poland as well. But most of those downpours towards the east will be easing away. A lot of dry weather, in fact, through central parts of the continent over the next few days. Warm and dry across Turkey and Greece as well, with some sunshine around. Just the odd shower cropping up across northern parts of Croatia and north of Italy, for instance, as well. And a few showers pushing into Portugal and the northwest of Spain as well, with low pressure in the Atlantic. That's driving a bit of rain into western fringes of the UK and Ireland as well. And still rather cool and unsettled across parts of Scandinavia. Some showers for Finland, for instance, which will be clearing away towards the east through the middle of the week. So temperatures on the rise for many of us as we draw in these southerly winds thanks to that low pressure in the Atlantic. So if we take a look at the weather over the next 5 days or so across western parts of Europe, things are looking predominantly dry. Temperatures well above average, 24 degrees in Paris, for instance, by Thursday. Perhaps a bit of rain in London by the time we reach the weekend. Further east across Europe, meanwhile, the weather looking largely dry and settled too. Rain clearing from Kiev, turning a touch cooler in Athens. Bye-bye. Hello there. A real contrast in air temperature west to east across North America at the moment. Warm air holding on towards the east, but much colder and more unsettled weather working in from the west. Where those two air masses collide, we've got a big area of cloud, low pressure and a trailing weather front, and that's also joined by the remnants of ex-hurricane Roslyn, which are pushing their way northwards out of Mexico. So all of that means some intense storms that are going to be forming across parts of Texas, stretching up towards Wisconsin as well. Heavy rain and squally winds pushing eastwards. Also some heavy rain and snow for the likes of Manitoba and Saskatchewan, with some brisk winds around there too. So rather cool and unsettled weather across parts of British Columbia. You can see the showers here pushing into Washington State and Oregon as well, but tending to fizzle out as they head further south down towards California as well, where it's still looking largely dry and settled. So rain to come at times for Vancouver and Seattle, a little bit drier perhaps for Wednesday, but San Francisco and Los Angeles are both looking to be staying dry for the next few days. A lot of warm weather in general towards the east, but we've got an onshore flow for the likes of New York State up towards Nova Scotia, so fairly cloudy with a few showers there, but warmer and drier down towards Myrtle Beach, Atlanta as well. Lots of sunshine across Georgia and much of Florida, where it should be staying dry and settled as well. Heavy downpours reaching Montreal and New York by Wednesday and cooling down in Atlanta. Bye-bye. Hello. Ex-hurricane Roslyn made landfall in Mexico. It's been pushing its way northwards. It did bring heavy rain and flooding, but it is now dissipating away, so some dry weather across much of Mexico. For South America, meanwhile, we've got this line of cloud you can see through central parts of Brazil, stretching down towards the east as well. So a few heavy downpours to come over the next few days right across that zone, whereas further south down towards Rio de Janeiro, the weather's looking quite warm and dry as well. But further north, some heavy downpours for Colombia, Venezuela as well. Some heavy ones across the Amazon basin, but a little bit drier up towards Recife, for instance, but further south back into the heavy showers. Warm and dry weather for the far south of Brazil into Uruguay, Argentina and Paraguay as well. Still unsettled for Patagonia, with windier conditions at times across southern parts of Chile and Argentina. Showers and mountain snow there. Rio de Janeiro, though, sees the temperatures on the rise over the next couple of days. Could be a few showers cropping up at times for Buenos Aires later in the week. A lot of dry weather for Mexico following on from that ex-hurricane that made landfall. 1 or 2 showers down towards the south, but largely dry and settled for the Yucatan Peninsula, Belize, into Cuba as well. We have got a few heavy downpours holding on for Hispaniola and 1 or 2 for Costa Rica and Panama as well. But it is a largely dry, settled outlook for Havana, Kingston and San Salvador. A few showers for San Jose. Bye-bye. Hello, let's take a look at the weather across Africa and the Middle East. And for North Africa, we've got a contrast in temperature. Things are still quite warm for parts of Morocco, northern Algeria too, with a southerly airflow there, but cooler conditions holding on across Libya and Egypt, with the air coming in from the north here. Further south, we've got some showers through the central belt of Africa, some heavy ones around parts of Senegal, Gambia, around the Gulf of Guinea as well. And we've also got a few heavy showers cropping up further east, some useful rainfall across parts of Ethiopia Ethiopia, perhaps Somalia as well. Down towards Cape Town, cooler day, 20 degrees there, but we're going to see temperatures on the rise in Cape Town as we look towards the middle part of the week. Johannesburg could see a bit of showery rain through the day on Thursday. Meanwhile, elsewhere, temperatures are going to be on the rise in Khartoum over the next few days, reaching 38 by the end of the working week. Few heavy showers and thunderstorms affecting Kinshasa from midweek onwards. Let's take a look across the Middle East now, and you can see this area of cloud developing. A few showers are going to come out of that across parts of Jordan into Syria and the far north of Saudi Arabia too. One or two showers cropping up around coastal parts of the Red Sea, but further inland most places are looking dry across Saudi Arabia, Oman and across the Gulf towards Iran as well. Temperatures in Iran still a little above average, but no great change in the weather over the next 5 days or so. Most of our towns and cities largely dry with temperatures in the mid-30s. Bye-bye. Hello. The southwest monsoon has now ended for the season, but our attention turns to cyclonic storm Sitrang in the Bay of Bengal. You can see the massive cloud here. It is a large storm system, strengthening for a time to a severe cyclonic storm before its landfall in Bangladesh. It's going to bring heavy rain of about 100 to 200 millimetres, winds around 100 kilometres an hour, as well as a significant storm surge up to 2 metres. So that could cause significant inundation and flooding across parts of Bangladesh. That heavy rain then pushing into northern parts of India, including Assam and Meghalaya as well. Meanwhile, elsewhere, it's a bit of a quieter picture after the monsoon rains have now cleared away. Further north, scattering of showers stretching across parts of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan as well. Taking a little bit cooler here for a time with the arrival of those showers. Further south, largely dry and settled for much of Afghanistan and Pakistan as well. 33 degrees for Karachi. Sunshine down the west coast, back into a few showers affecting Mali at times. And for Sri Lanka, some of the showers are going to be heavy and thundery as well. Dry and settled up the east coast, but then we're back into the heavy rain down to the effects of that cyclonic storm across Bangladesh and into the far north and northeast of India as well. Mumbai looking dry over the next 5 days or so. Dhaka and Islamabad also dry, but some heavy downpours in Colombo. They should ease later in the week. Rain eases from Tashkent and then things turn a little bit warmer here later in the week. Bye for now. Hello there. The ongoing wet weather is persisting across the southeast of Australia, but should ease a little bit later on this week. Meanwhile, further north then, here's a satellite image across Southeast Asia. We've got some big shower clouds around. There's the potential we could see a tropical cyclone forming, probably somewhere out towards the east of the Philippines later on in the week. Further north, though, high pressure building across the northeast of China, the Korean Peninsula and Japan, but still relatively cool with a northerly flow. For Tokyo, just 15 degrees with some outbreaks of rain there. Mostly dry around the east coast of China, but some heavier rain working in the northern parts of Vietnam. And then further south with the Malay Peninsula and across Indonesia, the showers are going to be quite frequent and quite heavy as well. Now, over the next 5 days or so, then Osaka looking largely dry and settled and temperatures creeping up a little bit there, but cooling down a touch for Beijing over the next couple of days. Some heavy rain in Bangkok from midweek onwards. Across Australia, the showers that we've seen recently near to Perth tending to push their way eastwards, but still very wet weather holding on across parts of Victoria and New South Wales as well. That rain will gradually tend to ease away towards the east later on in the week, reaching New Zealand during the second half of the working week. But for here and now, high pressure is building, so just 1 or 2 showers towards the west, but much of New Zealand dry for the next couple of days. But if we look at the outlook then, Melbourne seeing that rain over the next few days, then it'll reach Wellington by Thursday. Bye-bye.